This is the Cosmic Forecast for October 2024. The energies around us swirl and cascade in patterns not familiar to us. There is a feeling of confusion as time flows in what feels like unusual directions, and yet there is a thread of familiarity about it as well. Humanity is indeed repeating patterns from long ago, but it is a time in which we no longer have a frame of reference. We are, in many ways, caught up in a pattern that carries us along, with no memory as to where it is taking us to. This is indeed a time of upset and confusion, and at the same time, a time in which growth and expansion of consciousness is beyond comprehension. It is our choice, of course, to be carried by the storms of anger and confusion, or to move into more spiritual aspects of the evolution of the spirit within and open ourselves to the magic and wisdom available to us. To take a leap in evolution and aspire to greater heights of understanding and grasp to a greater degree the purpose of the times and how they better serve the growth of mankind. Even if at this moment it seems more evil and destructive, anger and fear often seem to overwhelm the spiritual directions, and to be honest, that is their purpose. To turn our pathways away from the light and love that created us, and to lead us into destruction and eventually back to square one. To begin the evolution process all over again in the hopes of finding the correct pathway to the light eventually. Humanity has gone through this process before and has been sent back to start several times. Probably more so than several, but several we can kind of figure on. Evolution does have eternity to work on, of course, and eventually we will get it right. And what a celebration that will be when that happens. Will we make the right choices now? Will enough turn to the pathway of light and love? Only time will tell, but understanding the process is the first step. And one does believe that the awareness is now more evident than ever before. The struggle between good and evil, right and wrong, love and hate is more evident than ever before. And the scales do seem to be swinging back and forth as never before, giving strong possibilities that the light may well win this time. It is up to the individuals to make the changes, not to sit in judgment, but rather be the example for others. For it is individual change that will swing the shift, not a leader, but individuals, for the swelling of light must come from the masses, not by dictates from leaders. There is indeed a quickening in the cosmos, a stirring in the universe of confusion and anticipation. On all levels of consciousness, there is an awareness that shift and change are in the air, and that change will alter our perception until the end of time. We enter into a phase of ascension, a shifting of consciousness that opens us to greater vision and potential than humanity has ever before experienced. Each generation brings with it into incarnation the feeling that there is a dawning of a new age, and that is so. But this one is different, and on a completely different level. Humanity has reached a time when the veils between dimensions are thinning, and those who are upon spiritual pathways will indeed be able to see beyond their own reality. This is a time when those who are sincerely walking their talk will be able to draw upon those universal energies with greater frequency and intensity and be able to utilize them for the benefit of all mankind. This is a time also of awakening and birthing new aspects within, as we have never seen before, for the truth behind the words must be echoed in the actions, or the words will fall on deafened ears. Those who speak but do not act will find themselves speaking in deserted arenas with the echoes of their own empty words mocking them. We come to a time of truth in all aspects of reality, and everyone who speaks and walks it will receive the gift of new vision and understanding of the spiritual laws and the universal energies that have, since the beginning of time, been our own inner guides. Now they come into the fore to be used to greatly expand the consciousnesses of all who would see and reach beyond the human limits. We come into a time when the physical is not enough, and we reach for the spiritual to stretch us into realms not open to us previously. Religion provides us with building blocks, but that is not enough. It is the spiritual aspects that provide the mortar and allow us to go beyond religion into the etheric realms that only the spiritual can ascend to. This is a time of growing beyond the physical and reaching into areas only a few have touched into before. Humanity is awakening to the potential that the inner truths have always held to, and is beginning to grasp the importance of those truths to the survival of the species. We come to a time of spirit, where all are embraced in unconditional love. There will be those who choose to walk away from that embrace, and they will spend lifetimes coming to this point of ascension. For those who choose to walk their inner truths and embrace the unconditional love that is offered, spiritual wisdoms and understanding are there to be utilized for the benefit of all humanity. The awakening spreads slowly, and vast numbers will stir into remembrance of wisdoms and truths that are stored within. This can be a time of great joy as we reclaim talents and wisdoms that have always rested within us. For many, the endless searching through dusty manuscripts is at an end, for the answers have always rested securely within our own consciousnesses. We have the answers and the ability to manifest them. The only question is, will we use them wisely this time? Cosmologically speaking, this is a time of great transition. The energies are shifting, climates are going crazy, and there is social unrest in the most unexpected of areas. 2024 may well go down in history as one of the most unsettled times in quite a while. At the same time, it is exciting because of all the changes going on within the consciousnesses of humanity. There is an energy of awakening, a remembering of the value of inner truths, and the responsibility of accepting the consequences of our words and actions. If ever there were a time of enlightenment, this seems to be a good choice. Change is in the air everywhere, and everyone is feeling the insecurity. Most of us get a bit uncomfortable with change because it means we have to reach into the unknown instead of being comfortable with the known. Change happens when the time is right, whether or not you're ready for it, and change is definitely happening. Those who have slumbered along, trusting that their needs would be taken care of, are waking up to the fact that while they slumbered, others plundered. People are starting to take responsibility for their own well-being and standing up for what they believe in, their own inner truths. Where once there were hordes of lemming-like masses blindly following leaders that convinced them they knew the best, now there are questions everywhere, and the truth is rooted out no matter how cleverly it has been disguised. This is a time for truth and change, and the universal energies are fueling the consciousnesses of all humanity. As great numbers find that the security they once had is now gone, they are finding strength and passion for new endeavors that allow them to explore new horizons. This is indeed a time of great change, but it is one that is long overdue. The spirit of the explorer, of one who breaks new ground and inspires the young, is alive and well within the hearts and minds of many. Those who you never thought would have taken a stand now do so with strength and conviction. There is a new spirit awake, and change will follow, and a time of abundance and clarity will follow. The old structures no longer provide the support for the truth of the future, so they will be shifted or rebuilt and expanded according to the dreams of the founders, but evolved into the time it must serve. The potential is great. It is up to individuals to supply the energy for change, peace, and love. Take up the challenge and open your hearts to the directions and future that Spirit calls to us from. A word of counsel. The time frame between November 2024 and January 2025 is very volatile. Use caution in your endeavors and try not to make extreme choices during that time, for much is going to unravel, and it is best to observe rather than take part, for the correct direction will not be clear at first. Best to let the dust settle before committing your energy to any direction.